What's up, everybody? It's Chris with One Take, and today we have one question to answer, and that's why is the stock market rallying after we've been declared in a recession? We have record consumer debt, we're starting to see the housing market topple over, and also we're seeing big companies like Google, Microsoft, Intel, all missing revenue expectations. All this bad stuff, and yet the market's still rallying. At face value, it just doesn't make sense, but I'll show you the side that nobody's talking about. When trying to understand how the market's moving in the short term, kind of what we're experiencing now, it's really good to look at it from a psychology perspective where everything's moving based on either emotions or the overall sentiment in the market at that time. However, when I'm trying to understand the long-term price action of the market, I think it's best to look at objective means, and that would be like unemployment, Fed interest hikes, pay cuts, things like that, because looking at those will definitely let you know that people are getting short on money. And if you're short on money, you're not going to flood the market. That just doesn't make sense. So then using this approach, how can we understand this current bear rally? What we're seeing in the market right now is actually optimism. And I say that because the Fed, which is historically wrong, they've been wrong every single time this year, they came out and said, hey, if the results come out and say we're in a recession, just take that with a grain of salt. So a lot of people took that as positivity and flooded the market. But then further, the Fed even came out and said, hey, this will be the last time that we do a 75 basis point interest hike, as to like downplay how bad inflation really is. When you couple both of those downplays together, that sets up a perfect environment for a bear rally. And that's actually what we're experiencing right now. Bear rallies are typically quick, they're short-lived, and super volatile. I do want to say, however, that this is only in the short term. When we start looking at the long-term picture, record inflation will catch up to us at some point. I know the government's like freaking out saying, hey, unemployment's not bad. Give it some time. We're going to have some stress on people. They're going to stop buying. When they stop buying, companies feel that strain. And ultimately, they have to resort to, pay cuts and layoffs. Right now, it really looks like we're in that hopium phase where everybody just irresistibly smashes that subscribe button. Seriously though, I really think we are in kind of a hopium stage where everybody thinks we tackled record inflation, 40-year high record inflation with 4 Fed interest hikes, which I just don't think is possible. And also, we haven't even really seen any strain on big companies yet. Granted, we did see Google, Intel, Microsoft. They are having some slowed earnings, but I really think it's only the beginning. It's kind of like a foreshadow, in my opinion. I do think, the bulls are going to have their run, and you know what? Good for them. However, once money starts getting short on me, you, everybody else, we're really going to have to resort to things like loans, and who wants to do that with the crazy high interest rates now? So if that doesn't work, then I think people are going to pull their money out of the stock market, which just makes sense to me. When this does finally happen, I think we're going to have a lot of downwards pressure on the market, just pushing prices lower and lower and lower, ultimately in the stock market, but also crypto market as well. So if you're into any Bitcoin, things like that, I could kind of assume that some of the prices might be cheaper coming forward. You might ask, when is this going to happen? Next week or 2 months? And honestly, I don't know. I just think it's going to happen at some point going forward. But that's just my thoughts on what's going on in the market right now. That's one take's take. But I'm open to all your opinions. I'd really love to hear from you guys. Do you think the Fed got it right this time? Do you think we saw the bottom? Do you think it's going to keep going down? I'd really just love to hear from you guys. My message to you guys then is ultimately just to be as careful as you can with your money. We really don't know how bad this is going to get going forward. It's unfortunate, but we did just start a recession, so I would just brace for impact. But as always, it was really nice talking to you guys. Remember to please like, comment, and subscribe. I can't wait to see you in the next one.